Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content I have for you guys today, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Skip Bayless leaving Fox Sports very soon. So, in the world of sports last week in the sports media, sports analyst world, we saw that Skip Bayless, host of Undisputed, on the FS1 network, Skip Bayless will be leaving Undisputed, stepping down as the host for the Fox Sports show. And it is speculated that Skip Bayless will leave Undisputed at some particular point by the end of the summer. And what can I really say about this? I mean, Skip Bayless has been there for 8 years with the Fox network. To some people it might be a shock, but to a lot of people I know, they're not shocked about this. But in my opinion, Skip Bayless knows that his time at Undisputed is done, especially with Fox Sports Network. Not saying they have a bad relationship, but the fact that Undisputed, the sports show that was supposed to go head-to-head with ESPN First Take over the years, which it did, head-to-head, it did pretty good, but nowadays it cannot keep up with First Take, and Undisputed as a sports show, as a sports debate show, has gotten really stale. And the show really has gone down ever since Shannon Sharp departed from the show last summer. We all know the head-to-head debate, the actual real-life animosity that came out in that segment 6 months prior, before Shannon Sharp finally left Undisputed, when Skip Bayless accused this guy, his road dog of Shannon Sharp, his right-hand man, accused him of being jealous of Tom Brady, who Shannon Sharp was already a Hall of Famer in his own right, one of the greatest tight ends of all time. And Skip Bayless said Shannon Sharp was jealous of Tom Brady. And that animosity eventually led over to the relationship fallout between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. And the viewership numbers speak for itself. Undisputed, the viewership has decreased. The show has not been the same. And we've seen Skip Bayless try his best to revive the show. I mean, he's brought in a lot of people to help him try to keep Undisputed afloat. Guys like Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, Lil Wayne, Paul Pierce. It just didn't work out for Skip Bayless to keep up at the production level that him and Shannon Sharp did for 6 years with Undisputed. So he has nothing really left, in my opinion, to do in the sports media world. He has nothing really ashamed to be what he's become, because he is the godfather of sports analyst shows, sports debate shows. I mean, he gave Stephen A. Smith his first big break. He gave Shannon Sharp his first big break. Without Skip Bayless, whether you like him or not, would First Take be the show that it is today without him and Stephen A. Smith being there for each other over the years? No. Would Undisputed reach the levels that it did over the last 6 years if Shannon Sharp was not his co-host? No. So the fact that he has given Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp the platform to rise and become the best sports analysts that the sports world has to offer today, in my opinion, is Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, speaks volumes of what Skip Bayless has done for the sports debate shows, whether you like him or not. And I will say that Skip Bayless is somebody, everybody's different in their own way. And I'm a guy that's trying to pave their own way, trying to blow up for my own sports podcast. But everybody has their own way of doing things in the sports media, especially as a sports analyst. And everybody has their own different character that they display on a weekly on a weekly basis whenever they make appearances on talk show hosts, podcasts, radio, etc. Everybody has their own style. Skip Bayless' style has always been to speak from the heart. Whether you like it or not, he's a very controversial person. We all know how he feels about the Dallas Cowboys. We all know how he feels about LeBron James in particular. Over 4,000, 5,000 tweets addressed about LeBron James without LeBron James ever replying back once. That's just an example of what Skip Bayless has been and what his character has betrayed to television screens for years and years in the sports media world. Now the question is, will Skip Bayless go back to ESPN? I just don't see Skip Bayless ever returning to ESPN, let alone First Take. At this point of his career, Skip Bayless is 72 years of age. And if anything, Skip Bayless has his own sports podcast that he can still talk about sports. You know, you're still going to hear an earful about him when football season comes. And his Twitter account that he has over He has over thousands and thousands of followers and follows zeros people. It's like me basically typing up notes on a Microsoft Word, just basically displaying the notes, but for nothing basically because you don't follow anybody. So I mean, I don't think the thing is with Skip. I don't think that he will ever be on another sports talk show or sports debate show ever again. If he is, I'd be very shocked because he is 72 years of age. So I think it'd be best for Skip Bayless to talk on his own sports podcast and just ride off to the sunset because he has nothing to be ashamed of. He's been around the sports world for at least 4 decades now. Covered some good teams over the years. Been on TV and television and radio, etc. for years. And really has nothing to be ashamed of. He made a career he made a good career of what he's done for the sports world. So Skip Bayless, definitely, I will always be a fan of him. But as of recently, I have to say that this has been the Skip Bayless that I've known or once known, watching him over the years. And I think it's time to go. And I'm not mad with Fox and Skip Bayless breaking it off and Skip Bayless going his own direction. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.